Hold on to your babushkas, folks. We're delving into the enigmatic world of Vladimir Putin, the ex-KGB agent turned political powerhouse. Brace yourselves as we uncover the tantalizing truth about his wealth. Putin might present himself as just an average Joe, pocketing a humble salary as the Russian Federation president. But rumor has it that there's more bling to this strongman than meets the eye. Is he secretly the world's richest bloke? Well, we're about to find out, so make sure to keep watching till the end. On paper, Putin might seem like your average politician, earning a modest $140,000 in 2021. But don't be fooled by the facade of humility. Behind those bureaucratic glasses lies a man with a taste for the finer things in life. According to official records, Putin owns a modest 800-square-foot apartment in St. Petersburg, along with a couple of vintage Soviet-era cars and an off-road truck. Sounds pretty down-to-earth, right? But that's just what the public knows. Putin's actual net worth is both elusive and definitely multiple times higher than anyone can guess. Even Forbes magazine, renowned for sniffing out the secrets of the world's elites, admits that Putin's net worth is like an elusive riddle wrapped in a mystery. They've had an easier time tracking down heirs, other heads of state, and even drug lords. Back in 2012, a cheeky former Kremlin advisor by the name of Stanislav Belkovsky dropped a bombshell. He claimed Putin's bank account boasted a cool $70 billion. Apparently, Putin had his fingers in many Russian pies, particularly those of the oily variety. But hold on, comrades, because financier Bill Browder chimed in with his own theory in 2017. And according to him, Putin's wealth skyrocketed after the infamous oligarch Mikhail Kodorkovsky got locked up for fraud. Browder calculated Putin's fortune to be a jaw-dropping $200 billion. And let's not forget about the Panama Papers, the Pandora's box that spilled the beans on offshore deals and loans totaling a whopping $2 billion, all pointing to our dear Vlad. Now, Putin denies these allegations faster than a Matryoshka doll rolling downhill.
Deny, and it will somehow all go away.
According to him, he's not a moneybags mogul, but the wealthiest man in the world when it comes to emotions. Seriously? Emotions? We must have missed the memo that emotions now pay the bills.
Daddy, chill.
Putin's cronies are quick to brush off any claims of corruption as pure fiction. They'd have you believe that Putin's just a humble public servant who accidentally stumbled into piles of cash. Meanwhile, political expert Stanislav Belkovsky claims Putin made a jaw-dropping $27 billion from stakes in energy firms. And there's Sergei Kolesnikov, who insists Putin has been using state funds and rich backers' donations for his own extreme personal gain. And so, with each twist and turn, the true extent of Putin's wealth becomes murkier than the Volga River on a foggy day. The big question at this point is, how did Putin get his power and shady wealth? Putin's power and wealth are so linked that to answer this question, we have to go back to the beginning of his political career and how he got into power. It all started in the early 1990s when the Soviet Union took its final bow. Amidst the chaos, Putin set his sights on the grand stage of power. He kicked off his political career as an advisor to the mayor of St. Petersburg. But he had bigger fish to fry, my friends. Moscow beckoned, and Putin answered the call, landing a gig in the prestigious Kremlin. Under the watchful eye of President Boris Yeltsin, he climbed through the ranks, and just like that, Putin replaced Yeltsin as president in the new millennium. But here's where things get more interesting. Russia was in an economic pickle after the Soviet Union's curtain call. Money was pretty scarce and the government needed a lifeline. Enter Putin, with his KGB expertise and a knack for privatization. In one swift move, he orchestrated the grand sale of state-owned assets. With Yeltsin's approval, Putin and his gang of economic advisors sold off those assets to a chosen few businessmen who merely paid a fraction of the true value of said assets. These lucky entrepreneurs struck gold, while ordinary Russian folks struggled to make ends meet. These Russian oligarchs swiftly rose to power, dominating sectors like oil, gas, mining, and telecommunications. They were the puppet masters, dancing to Putin's tune. But make no mistake, they knew their fortunes were owed to Putin's iron grip on Russia, and while they played the game, Putin used them as proxies to conceal his own wealth. Weaving a web of shell companies, offshore banks, and secretive transactions, Putin conceals his true riches like a magician hiding a rabbit. It's a game of smoke and mirrors, leaving us mere mortals scratching our heads and wondering, where's the truth? Now, before we continue our quest for the truth, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're about to dive into 3 tantalizing theories that shed light on Putin's shadowy wealth. First up, we have the Kodorkovsky Model, named after the infamous Russian oligarch Mikhail Kodorkovsky. Picture this. Kodorkovsky was the kingpin of the oil industry with a personal fortune of $3.7 billion that automatically made him Russia's richest man. He was eventually arrested and convicted for fraud and tax evasion, which he denied, of course, and so his empire crumbled just like that. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Many believe that Putin had his gloved hands in this mess. Rumor has it that he made a deal with the leading oligarchs, a deal that went something like this. You give me 50% of your wealth and I'll let you keep the other 50%. But if you refuse, prepare to watch your fortune vanish faster than you can say jack. Bill Browder, the man in the know, claimed that this deal was more than just a rumor. He calculated Putin's net worth at a jaw-dropping $200 billion, making him the richest person on the planet at one point. But wait, comrades, the plot thickens even more. Enter the Mafia Model. According to Swedish economist Anders Aslund, Putin's fortune might not come from his own endeavors, but from his crafty maneuvering in the world of government contracts and business ownership. It's like a real-life version of the Mafia, where Putin plays the role of the Don and his billionaire buddies are his loyal capos. They do the dirty work and he collects the cash. With all these secret money holders, Aslin believes Putin's net worth could be anywhere between a mind-boggling $100 billion and $130 billion. But, my friends, there's one more theory we haven't explored, which is the bluster model. Some believe that Putin's wealth might just be smoke and mirrors. After all, he's got the whole country under his spell. With a snap of his fingers, state-owned companies willingly hand over assets to his friends at bargain basement prices. A whisper from him and wealthy businessmen scramble to refurbish his presidential residences. Whatever you think of Putin, you've got to admit that that's a power move. But these theories only explain the possible sources of Putin's wealth. It's still not quite clear why it's so difficult to find out Putin's true net worth. So, why is it near impossible to uncover Putin's true wealth? Well, you're about to find out. Last year in 2022, some genius investigators from a Russian-Latvian news organization called Meduza and the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, OCCRP, embarked on a mission to crack the Putin puzzle. They discovered a whopping 86 different companies, all operating in different industries and seemingly unrelated. But guess what? These companies were all secretly communicating under one email domain hosted by some tech-savvy IT company. This IT company was linked to a bank called Bank Rossiya, which the US Treasury describes as the personal bank for senior officials in the Russian Federation. Now, here's the juicy part. The shareholders of this bank happen to be Putin's entourage, his pals, associates, and rumor has it, even one of his supposed mistresses. Talk about keeping it all in the family.
Family.
What? What the f?
It's believed that Putin has countless other networks and schemes up his sleeve to conceal his mind-boggling wealth. One former Russian banker named Sergei Puzhashev summed it up perfectly. He said, "Everything that belongs to the territory of the Russian Federation, Putin considers is his. Any attempt to calculate his net worth won't succeed. He's the richest person in the world until he leaves power." Alright folks, let's take a tour of Putin's hidden luxury possessions. Rumor has it that he has a collection of private residences scattered all over Russia and even beyond. We're talking about more houses than you can count on your fingers and toes. But today, we'll focus on 2 palaces that take the cake when it comes to showcasing the man's mind-boggling wealth. First up, we've got this gargantuan, mega-billion-dollar spa and wellness retreat sitting pretty on the shores of Lake Valade. This place supposedly has some interesting ownership arrangements. Part of it belongs to the Kremlin, because why not? And the other part is linked to a guy named Yuri Kovalchuk, who's not just your average Joe. He's a close pal of Putin and a multi-billionaire. The Valdai Palace is nestled deep within the forest, right beside the sparkling, crystal-clear waters of Valdai. It's a 3-story spa complex fit for a strongman. But hold on, that's not all. There are multiple guest houses scattered around the massive plot of land. It's like a hidden kingdom of relaxation, a secret sanctuary away from the prying eyes of the world. Moving on to the second palace, we have a pleasure mansion on the Black Sea that makes Buckingham Palace look like a tiny dollhouse. It's so massive, it could probably host its own Olympics. And get this, it's guarded by thousands of acres of land owned by Russia's FSB security service. They call it the Gelendzhik Palace, and it's believed to be a playground of opulence. Rumor has it that Putin's close buddies, including Igor Sechin and Rosneft, and billionaire tycoon Gennady Timchenko, helped finance this extravagant project. We're talking about a casino, an underground ice rink, and an entertainment room decked out with stripper poles. Yeah, you heard that right, stripper poles. I guess even powerful leaders need to let loose and have a little fun. To make sure Putin can arrive in style, they've thrown in a marina and helicopter pads. And let's not forget about the other amenities. There's a cocktail lounge for mixing up some presidential beverages and a fully equipped gym and spa to keep the strongman in tip-top shape. Now let's set sail to explore Putin's extravagant super yachts and take flight on his luxurious birds. Back in 2014, Putin received a mind-boggling gift, a super yacht worth a jaw-dropping $630 million. This floating palace is among the largest and most opulent vessels in the world. Say hello to the 460-foot-long Scheherazade. This super yacht has 6 glorious decks, 9 luxurious cabins, 2 helipads, and a space for a whopping 40 crew members. It's like a floating empire. Just like Putin's land-based palaces, the Scheherazade boasts a swimming pool and a spa complex. Now, let's switch gears from yacht to jet. While the President of the United States flies around in Air Force One, Putin has not 1, not 2, but 4 Russian IL-96-300PU jumbo jets at his disposal. These babies are not your ordinary planes. They're equipped with top-notch communications and radar jamming technology. The cabins are adorned with tapestries and gold accents. The furniture and decor follow a neoclassical style, and the spacious office and conference area are equipped with cream leather seats surrounding a huge conference table. And let's not forget about the gold-plated toilet lids, because even when nature calls, it must be done with a touch of extravagance. Now, let's talk fashion, my stylish friends. When Putin took to the stage at Moscow's Luzhniki Stadium for the opening of the 2018 FIFA World Cup, he made sure to make a fashion statement alongside his tub-thumping speech. He rocked a jaw-dropping $13,200 jacket with the Italian designer Loro Piana, paired with a beautifully woven cream turtleneck sweater worth $3,000 by the Italian brand Kidon. These numbers may be peanuts for Putin, but that jacket alone cost more than double Russia's average annual salary in 2021. According to Russia Beyond, Putin's go-to clothing brand is Brioni, the Italian tailor famous for dressing our favorite spy, Bond. And when it comes to shoes, he opts for John Loeb or Salvatore Ferragamo. And of course, he also has a personal tailor who customizes every single suit for him. Each suit is worth a staggering $5,000 or more. And let's not forget about Putin's love for luxury watches. One of his regular timepieces is a sleek and stylish Blancpain Aqua Lung, which comes with a humble price tag of $10,800. But don't be fooled, this is just the tip of the horological iceberg. He's also been spotted wearing a Patek Philippe perpetual calendar chronograph worth around $76,321. And if that's not enough, rumor has it that Putin owns a rare and highly coveted Turbograph perpetual Pour Le Mérite timepiece by the German watchmaker Alange Sofne. Only 50 of these sapphire, crocodile skin, and platinum wristwatches were ever produced, and one is currently up for grabs on a French auction site for a jaw-dropping $540,612. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment down below and do well to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more exciting content. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.